a federal holiday for Juneteenth in some ways is a sign of growth and progress. Beginning with the Trump administration, although Trump wasn't responsible for it, America started giving Negroes the day off for Juneteenth. They gave the whole country the day off for Juneteenth as a way of acknowledging the history and legacy of slavery in this country. If you're not familiar with Juneteenth, you understand that the liberation struggle for Black people doesn't start and end with the Emancipation Proclamation. In 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation was issued, which did liberate Black folk. It did end slavery, right? It is accompanied with the 13th Amendment, a mechanism, a legal mechanism designed to end the practice of human enslavement in this country. Now, we know it's more complicated than that. Even the 13th Amendment still allows for human captivity under commission of a crime. In other words, that slavery still happens. It just happens in jail and prison. But that's another story for another time. 1863, Black folk get free, but not all of them. You see, everybody in Confederate territory wouldn't get free because even though there was an Emancipation Proclamation in place in 1863, it could not be implemented in places that still remained under Confederate control. And because of that, in certain places like the westernmost Confederate states, think Texas, for example, Texas in particular, enslaved Africans wouldn't get free in 1863. Enslaved Africans wouldn't get free in 1863 or 1864. They would get free in 1865. And not in January, but in June 19th of 1865, when about 2,000 Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas. That's right. They showed up in Galveston Bay, and they announced that the Negroes in that state, the enslaved Africans in that state, the Black people in that state, more than 250,000 of them were now free by executive decree. This day, June 19th, became known as Juneteenth. Now, Juneteenth starts as a Texas thing, and Negroes celebrate, they party, they drink red punch, they eat red velvet cake, they dance, they celebrate freedom, and they meditate on unfreedom. At least that's what I think we should be doing. And there's a way that when it was just in Texas, it was authentic, it was organic, it was creative, it was original, it was principled. Juneteenth was a real holiday, but I'm a little worried now that Juneteenth is a fraudulent holiday. Let me be clear what I mean when I say Juneteenth is a fraudulent holiday. I don't mean that it's a made-up holiday. A lot of times white people will say, oh, it's a made up holiday. White people love to tell Black people that their holidays are made up. Kwanzaa, it's a made up holiday. You don't say. Juneteenth, it's a made up holiday. You don't say. Yeah, of course they're made up. All holidays are made up. Christmas is made up. Thanksgiving is made up. You think when there were dinosaurs roaming the planet, people were trick-or-treating for Halloween? No, somebody made it up. All holidays are made up. Everything is man-made. It's just a question of whether you accept certain people's holidays and reject other people's holidays. It's a question of why you accept some and reject others. So I don't accept that as a reason why it's fraudulent. That's not what I mean. I'm okay with Negroes making up holidays. I'll make up a holiday tomorrow if I could. Juneteenth is a fraudulent holiday because of how it has been taken up. Let me say more. What Black people do on Juneteenth is authentic. Our celebrations are real. If I go to Texas right now, I'm going to see an amazing Juneteenth ceremony somewhere. If I go to Mississippi, I'm going to see an amazing Juneteenth event. If I go to South Carolina, I'm going to see something good. But what this country's doing with it is fraudulent. Since Juneteenth became an American official holiday, it has become nothing more than a badge of liberal pride. Democrats can say, we celebrate Juneteenth. We have Negroes over. We dance, we sing, we party. Go America. It allows America to feel like it has progressed. These liberal holidays, these liberal policies are designed to make America feel as if there has been significant racial progress when there has not been. Or where there has been significant racial progress, it is still insufficient. Or we've witnessed retrenchment. We have taken a step back and gotten worse. Affirmative action, worse. Resegregation of schools, worse. Access to capital. So I'm okay with Black people collectively and culturally and locally and personally and in our communities celebrating Juneteenth. But this country's celebration of Juneteenth is a fraud. It is nothing more than a farce designed to make us think that America has progressed at a moment where we are asking for substantive repair. I'm going to say it a different way. We asked for reparations and they gave us Juneteenth. When Mike Brown was killed, we took to the streets. Breonna Taylor was killed. We took to the streets. Ahmaud Arbery killed. We took to the streets. All in 2020. The same year we start to get this Juneteenth thing popping. The call from the streets wasn't, can we have people in Congress wear kente cloth? The call from the streets wasn't, can Nancy Pelosi kneel with her hands up? Nobody asked for that. And the call from the streets was not, can we have Juneteenth celebrations? Can we have June 19th off? That wasn't the call. The call was for substantive structural repair, specifically defunding police who are militarizing our communities, abolishing policing practices in police and prisons was the radical call. And the unifying radical call, in addition to those radical calls, but the unifying radical call from and for all of us was reparations. The call was for reparations. We want to repair the damage done. What good is it to celebrate the end of slavery and not acknowledge the damage of slavery? What good is it to brag about freedom when we are free but unequal? You playing in our face. America say, hey, we enslaved you. Now you're free. You can drink Kool-Aid and come to the White House. Can I get free public education? Up through the university? No. Can I get special bank loans? No. Can we get cash payments, which for me is the fundamental premise and non-negotiable of reparations, is that all descendants of American slavery deserve cash payments. Can we get that? Well, hell no, Negro. You just better enjoy this red velvet cake. Well, then this ain't a real holiday. Don't brag to me about me being free if you have no commitment to me being equal. That's all I got to say about that. So y'all can celebrate Juneteenth. Look, I'm going to take a day off. And I happen to like red beverages, and I happen to like red velvet cake, and I like fried chicken, and I love watermelon, and I love all these things that are steeped in my tradition as a Black American. I'm down for all of it, but I refuse to see Juneteenth as a national holiday in some manner that frames it and presents it as legitimate, when in fact it is a reminder that America has never repaired the damage that has been done.